Hello sir, this is Samir Rahman. Quiz 3 problem number 6, a C program to print rhombus or parallelogram star pattern. Let's look at this code, let's build this and run it and see what it does actually. So we can see this is telling us to enter a number here for the row number, let's say it's 20, and it's also the column number here. And let's press enter and we can see that it's printing a rhombus star pattern with 25 rows and 25 columns. So what this code basically does is that it prints a rhombus star pattern. If we see this code closely, we can see that it's quite similar to problem number 4, which was printing a square star pattern. But the main difference here is that we are not neglecting the trailing spaces here. We are using this technique of not neglecting the trailing spaces because we want to print a rhombus, not a square. If we don't do that, it's gonna be kind of same to the problem number 4, and it's gonna print a square star pattern. So let's go through this whole code now. We can see that there are 3 variables I, j and n. Sorry, I here is used to iterate through rows, and we are using this inner for loop, we are using this outer for loop here for I to iterate through each row, and then it goes in this inner for loop here, which is basically printing the trailing spaces. We have used n minus I here, where I is the current row number and n is the initial row number, and and this one is printing the trailing spaces with blank, as we don't want anything in that position. And inside this for loop we have another for loop here, another inner for loop here, which is basically printing the column, going through each column and printing it with star here. And we know the other parts here. We have used printf to say enter rows inside this inverted comma. We have used scanf, and we have used %d here. %d is basically ensuring that the value we give to n is an integer, and ampersand n here is used to locate the memory of n. So let's make this a parallelogram star pattern now. To make this a parallelogram star pattern, what we need to do is, let's say we say another variable which is m, and we print this part. Sorry, we copy this part, we paste it, and let's rename it. Let's say it's columns, enter columns now, as it's gonna be a parallelogram now. And here for that we have m and n, and m here also for the rows, m minus 1 here for printing the trailing spaces in each row, and n is gonna be the same here for the columns. We don't need to change this. So what we basically did is that equal to problem number 4, we need to print a rectangular star pattern, which means the row and columns won't be same, it can be different, they won't be same now. So let's build this and run, and let's see what it does. So we can enter individual rows now. We can say the row is 25 and I want the column to be 12, and we can see that it has printed a parallelogram star pattern here with 25 rows and 12 columns. So yes, and if we wanna make the middle part hollow for this rhombus or parallelogram, we can use the idea of problem number 5. We can use an if statement here, and let's to use this if statement here. Let's delete this part from here, and let's say, sorry, if I equal to 1, I equal to capital M for row, and j equal to 1, sorry, it's gonna be small j equal to 1, and j equal to capital N. Then what's gonna happen is that we print star. Here, so print star, and or else if it's not, we print as nothing. Sorry. Okay, so it's all good now. What we basically did here is that this is gonna need this one too. Let's copy this one. I'm doing this because I don't actually, I'm not sure how do I give this through keyboard. Okay, so what we basically did is that we used the if else statement here, and that is if I equal to 1, which is for or I equal to m, that means for the first and last number of row we are gonna print star, and that goes same for the columns too. For the first and last column, j equal to 1 and j equal to n, we're gonna print star 2. And if it's not that, we use this else statement here. If it's not that, we print we basically print nothing. And let's give a comment here so that it looks nice. Print star for first and last. CON. Okay, let's build this and run it and see if it works. So we need to enter row number first. Let's say it's 12 and the column number is 20. And yes, it works. We can see that it has printed 12 rows and 20 columns here, and the inner part is hollow here, so we have successfully printed a hollow parallelogram. To print a hollow rhombus here, all we need to do is we remove the m variable here. We don't need this variable anymore, and we remove this variable here too. We rename this as rows, as we are printing a rhombus again. We don't need it anymore, and let's rename this. It's gonna be n, and here too. This is just one variable, and here and I equal to n, j equal to n, and that's all right. Let's build this and run it. Now let's say the number of rows is 20, and see we have a rhombus. We have a hollow rhombus parallelogram here with 20 rows and 20 columns. So but it's not in top-down design, and it doesn't look nice. So if we want to make this a top-down design, let's just give a new command here. Suppose form hollow rhombus star, sorry, okay, star pattern, and let's copy this and put this here. It's gonna be an integer. Move this semicolon, second bracket, start, and end this second bracket. Let's build this. So we basically what we did is that we gave an extra second bracket here. Let's build this and run, and let's say 20 again, and it works. Thank you, sir.